Well, hello, we're at the LAMFEST, LAMFEST Radio Rally in aid of cancer research, and everybody's here. We've got some excellent stalls, and I just love looking round ham radio rallies, and there's just something about ham radio rallies that are just tremendous. And we've got some antique radios behind us, some lovely suites there. We've also got all kinds of junk. And above all, we've got the people who organised it, which is Mr. Marsh of LAM Communications. And we're going to head over now. Hello, Lee.
Good morning.
I'm all right, mate. Say a few words for the camera about how it's all going and what you're doing.
We took it the inspiration from Claire's father and grandfather who passed away with cancer, and we've now had many customers suffer with it.
Right.
Suffer and pass away.
Yeah.
So we thought we need to do something that helps.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's put the two together, because there's a lot of amateurs that suffer with it. So let's make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. No, well, I'm glad you've got it off the ground. Some lovely second-hand equipment and everything going on, matey. I didn't know that your family members had.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we lost some Claire's.
Yeah.
We lost Claire's father just after we got married. So
right.
It's very close to our hearts.
Right. Well, good on you. Well, I'm glad to be part of it then. Thanks very much. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to the ICOM stand. I've noticed some nice. There's actually a 2-meter Navaco. This is an absolute gem. Absolute gem. That's a Navaco 2-meter radio. They were built in Britain, and they don't make that. I think they were built in Hampshire, and they don't make them like that anymore. And for £40, that's an absolute bloody steal. It's a belter. It's a very good price, is that? So that's absolutely excellent. They've got some 446 gear. Is that what I think it is? Is that a digital? Oh, it's a PA. I thought it was one of those AOR digital boxes, but for 4 metres, 50 quid, you just can't go wrong. If you're at a radio rally and that's an absolute bloody classic, is that? What's that there? That's a Belcom. That's a Belcom. That's a classic collector's piece, and at 30 quid, you can't go wrong there either. So there's some absolute wonderful bargains, nice books. It's absolutely fabulous. I think we'll take a wander over to ICOM and have a look at their D-Star stuff. What Lee of LAM decided to do, got this big rally, and he brought with him Kenwood, ICOM, and a few other big named radio dealers to come and show their wares. So we're going to wander over now to ICOM. We've got some 2-meter. See, that's good, isn't it? 2-meter, £44. You can't go wrong. So, at the end of the day, if you want to set yourself up as a radio ham, this is the place to come, and it's cheap gear. You don't need to be expensive. You know, the dealers here are selling it at very fair prices, really, when you look round. Very fair. See, 75 quid there for a short. You can't go wrong, really. The prices are pretty fair, actually. They're always a good radio, if you're a beginner at ham radio. And at 235, that's actually quite a good price. They're always a nice radio, them ones there. I've used one myself. They're absolutely excellent. Can't go wrong. Take a wander down here. QRP operation.
Unfortunately, we have to pay postage, but you're still on the winning. Stopper on it.
It's very nice Kenwood deer, and I tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, if you want a radio, all you need is one of them, a 480 SAT, probably one of the best HF radios on the market. That is a 480. They're absolutely tremendous. You can work the world with one of them. They're one of the best on the market. And the Kenwood 2-meter radio there is pretty exceptional also. That's always a good one, is that? The Kenwood one at the D7108 is always an excellent radio. Another belter there is one down here. You look down here. This one here, the ICOM 7000, I think it's 7000, absolute beautiful radio, that one. You want a shack in a box, it'll give you a lot of enjoyment with one of them.
Okay, well, D-Star sort of protocol was sort of developed about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been slow to take up initially. It's really started in Japan. It's an open protocol. Any manufacturer can producer radio using it, but we're the only ones that seem to have adopted it.
Yes.
We make a range of transceivers, mobiles, handhelds. Try to get one of the handhelds.
Yeah, absolutely. You see what happens is with some of the cheap Chinese handhelds that you see on the market get interference swamped very easily. ICOM handhelds, however, are excellent, including the D-Star range, and he's going to show us now, what's your call, Simon? G8? Chris Riley of ICOM. He's going to show us one of these ICOM handhelds in actions.
Yeah, this is our newest handheld.
Yeah.
It covers 2 meters 77.
Yeah.
It's got a large, excellent visibility
it's
screen.
a good display, isn't it? Very clear.
It comes pre-programmed with all the worldwide repeaters.
Does it really?
They're actually contained
in the UK as well?
There's an SD card on the side.
Oh, wow.
So you can put all your data in there, change it, upload it.
So I'm a keen military airband listener. Could I put radio frequencies in it then and program it up fully?
Yeah. Now if you've got different frequencies for different areas, you can just reprogram it to suit where you're going.
Yeah, excellent.
Without having a computer with you necessarily. It's got built-in GPS. And as it's pre-programmed with all the D-Star repeaters, it's also got their position.
Right.
So whatever area you're in, if you're in a strange area, you can press a button, it comes up with a list of all your local repeaters.
Right. That is good.
Yeah.
No, that is useful.
Look through
That's a very good idea. That's very impressive.
And very, very easy to use. It's a little bit hard to demonstrate without a repeater to work through. Of course. It's quite a new radio. It's only been out about 6 months.
Yeah.
And
I think that's quite a revolutionary idea that it's all pre-programmed with repeaters, because there's nothing worse.
D-Star, don't we?
Yeah, we use D-Star, and there's nothing worse than going into an area and you don't know what the bloody repeater frequency is or
that's
anything
right.
like that.
It's all done with you. Everything's programmed
Super.
up to link frequencies and everything. So
cracking. The display clarity is so clear there,
really
isn't
nice
it?
To,
and of course, ICOM build the cabinets to a military standard, don't they, which the US military actually use. I know. I've forgotten the standard coding, but they kind of like. I think the US Army has use ICOM handhelds, don't they? Yeah. So it's cracking stuff.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of their commercial designs sort of start off as an amateur product.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
All right. So it's not military first. It's amateur first, then into the military.
I mean, they did start purely with amateur equipment,
right,
and then slowly moved into marine and sort of commercial products.
Right. Yeah.
But amateur radio is their sort of first love, really. I don't think they'll ever sort of drop amateur products.
No, but that's the new ID 1951, is it?
ID 51.
Super. That's a super handle. And we've got obviously these ones here. And what's this one here? Is that for rugged outdoor use?
Transportable sort of for contests and things. It's water resistant.
Right.
And it covers the HF bands, basically. So it's a good sort of contest rig. Take a little bit of knocking around. 100 watts out on the HF bands.
But for you personally, out of the ICOM range, which radio do you like to use then when you get a chance? Or do you
I think my favourite is the 7600, which is just down there. Next one along.
All right, the 76. All right, the next one along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, that's HF and 6 metres.
This one here.
Okay. Yeah. This is the 7600. It's got the screensaver on at the moment. We've had these sent back because it goes into screensaver mode and people think there's a fault with it.
That's a careful thing to note then. It's not a fault, it's screensaver.
That's right, yeah.
That's good.
What I like about it, it's got a beautiful clear display. It uses LED backlights. Where a lot of the earlier models used a discharge. Very high contrast, wide viewing angle. It's got a built-in spectrum scope, so you can look across the whole band, and if there's any signals, so it's useful on the quiet band to find signals that you might miss, and it's also useful on a busy band to find a gap amongst all the other signals on there. So it covers all the HF amateur bands. It's full DSP, so there's no extra filters. Most of our HF radios now are DSP. Whereas in the older days you had to buy extra crystal filters if you wanted a narrower bandwidth. Now you don't have to do that.
So I have one of those. That's a lovely.
They are beauties. They definitely are.
That's got HF plus 6, 2, 70 and 23 SEMS as an option.
Where do you think ICOM's going after D-Star? Can they get any further with the technology, or do you think ICOM have reached a technical impasse, or do you think we're going forward now? You probably go on, tell us the score. Come on.
I think now, performance-wise, any improvements are quite sort of minor. I think the main improvements now are sort of ergonomics. The next model coming along will have a touch screen display. That's the 7100. I think things will, with the increase in sort of processor power, you'll be able to incorporate maybe data decoding, more facilities. Say performance-wise, there's only so much you can do. Certainly on HF, because the limiting factor is the sort of noise. And of course, that is a big problem for amateurs now with sort of noise levels rising up.
Do you live and breathe ham radio? Do you live and breathe it?
I've got an interest in it. I think as a hobby, because I'm doing it all day, I think perhaps when I retire and I've got more time and I'm not working with it right through the day. Because at ICOM I'm sort of customer support. I spend a lot of my time on the phone helping people get things going. I shouldn't say, but when they haven't read the handbook properly.
So read the handbook. Read the handbook.
We're all guilty of that.
Of course.
When you want to get the thing going, you look at the handbook when things go wrong, don't you?
Of course you do. But they're hugely, they can be as complex and as simple as you make them. I mean, D-Star is quite a revolutionary piece of kit. Just tell the viewers basically, D-Star utilised for emergency purposes in America and RayNet and all that kind of thing. I think we've had some success there.
They have. I mean, it's very versatile. They can use it certainly on 23 SEMS to send video and sort of have an internet connection for emergency use. It really depends on the infrastructure. We've sold quite a number of repeaters in the UK, but the take-up now is sort of dropped off a little bit. I think the main problem is getting good hilltop sites that don't cost an arm and a leg. There was a time when BBC would let sort of amateurs use a site for nothing, but now it's all about money. People want thousands of pounds for sites.
I know the Barnsley repeater group was very shocked at the range of their D-Star repeater when conditions were up. They were astounded by its range as to how it could go.
Farrow's Brid.
Farrow's Brid, was it? As far as Bridlington and all like that,
so I think the trend now is for local repeaters. Maybe amateurs having a small node in their house just to cover sort of 10 miles.
So you think that's a trend?
I think so, because that doesn't require so much expense and amateurs are pleased to do it. I think that's the way the D-Star network will spread.
Well, Chris Ridley of ICOM, thank you very much.